So to start things off, we need to understand what a supply chain is because every part plays a different role and understanding how they affect each other is key. So could you explain to our listeners what is a supply chain and what does it look like in terms of hierarchy?
Yeah, of course. So essentially when you boil it down, a supply chain is the journey that any product would take from its creation all the way until it gets to the consumer, right? So there is a bit of a hierarchy, as you mentioned, kind of split up into a lot of different people and organizations. It's a huge interconnected web of things. But if you want to really just kind of narrow it down, it kind of starts off with your vendors, your suppliers, right? Who supply the manufacturer with the raw materials that the manufacturers will then use to create a finished product, right? And once they have that finished product made, they're going to sell that finished product to wholesalers and distributors. Now, they're kind of on the same kind of rung, I suppose, of the ladder of the supply chain, right? They both kind of buy bulk shipments from the manufacturer. They then take those bulk shipments, they break them down into smaller shipments, and then they sell those to the retailer, right? And then from there, the retailer will then break those bulk shipments down into individual units and then sell those to the consumer, right? So you start with the suppliers, move on to the manufacturers, then you're on to wholesalers, distributors, then your retailers, and then finally your consumer. Yeah. So and basically everything involved in that process. So the processes, the people, the raw materials, everything, the information, all of that stuff is actually considered a part of the supply chain. So they are quite, complex.